Hello and welcome to RowPrism. This is a web app I built. It's based on Salesforce Reporting. So Salesforce Reporting isn't great, um, and people use other solutions such as Tableau. But I've taken it one step further and built my own web app, which does all the features that you can do in Salesforce plus a lot more, and it's quite very easy to use. So I'm going to start off just by running a query. You come into Builder here, and all your objects will be listed here. So now this is a demo environment, interactive. So you can come onto RowPrism.com, click on Live Demo, and you can play around with it as much as you want. So I've got account and opportunity, and I've got my join here, where I'm joining the account ID or the opportunity to account simple. And then I've got all my fields in here that I've added. Down here we have our filters. So I only want us to look at opportunities where the stage name is all of these and not close lost, and the opportunity amount is at least 5,000. So those are my filters before the data even comes in. And then I've got a few formatting rules. So if the amount is at least 250K, then I want it to be green. If the data close is greater than 120, I want it to be red, etc., etc. We also have something called calculated fields in here, which are basically like formulas. So if we look at the data close formula, we're looking at the date diff between the opportunity close date and created date. So when was it created and when is going to close? And we want to highlight those basically. Another one we have is company size. So if the number of employees in the account is of over 1,000, then it's enterprise. Else, if it's more than 200, then it's mid-market. Else, it's SMB. So that's it. I can drag columns here. I'm gonna add billing city into here. I can rename this so my account name in demo. Let's just name it that. And then I can, I've got other cases, leads. I can add all these fields onto here. I'll need to join them onto either the opportunity or account. And once that's done, I'll click run query. Uh, okay, I've selected case and lead here, so I need to unselect those. Okay, here we go. I'll unselect those and I'll run query. Here is all my records. So I've got about 8.9K, which is much more than the 2,000 you get in Salesforce. I have all my data here and I can look at it and play around with it as much as I want. This is using AG Grid and all the features of AG Grid Enterprise are available here. What I'm going to do though is go back and I'm going to take out these two filters and I'll show you why. Now I've got 22,000 records. Now we also have all the stages include close lost in here. And if I wanted to, I could just filter in here on the fly. I don't need to click around anywhere. And now I'm only looking at close one. So I can remove that filter for now. Now what I want to do is, here we are, my account name in demo. So say I wanted to look at company sizes, and then I wanted to see the amount each company size is doing. So we put amount in there. So for each company, we can see the opportunities. Mid-market has 537 million, SMB has 752, enterprise has 559 million. So this is the sort of analysis you can do in here. We can take it one step further and we can say we only want to look at close one. So how much close one do we have in each of those? Now this is only shown at close one. Again, filter simple right here. There's also the option to filter here, so we can see stage name here. We're looking at company size. We can do by industry. We only want to look at education for mid-market, SMB, and enterprise. So what I'll do now is I'll take it one step further and I'll do pivot mode. And this is just how simple it is to do in here because it's using AG Grid, which is a fantastic product. So I'm going to bring stage name into the columns. I have my filter on close one, stage name. That's why it's only showing me close one. Let's remove that filter. So stage name, I want to select them all. Here we go. So for each stage in opportunity, I can see per company size how much they have in close one, close loss negotiation, etc. And then because we have integrated charting in here, we can do a pivot chart and we can do a group chart. So I can see in mid-market and SMB and enterprise how much is in close one and close loss, etc., just like we just had in the pivot, and it's in a nice little graph. You can export the data now into Excel or CSV at the click of a button. And if I was to remove all of these pivots and filters, then of course I get the whole 2,000 rows. Otherwise, if I look at the report that I just exported, then I can see the exact pivot table is right there. Sorry, I don't think that's showing. But you get the idea. We also have a charts tab here where you can look at companies. Any of the fields that you have in here, you can do filter by those. So you can do by stage name, you can do it by industry, any of these. You want the sum, or you want the average, you want the count, etc. And then you can split it as well by company size. There's different ways you can play around with it. So that is the gist of it. There's also other different chart types you can use in here. Again, this is using AG charts and this is using AG grid. That is pretty much the gist of it. It's really easy to use. It's really fast. It's quick. It's responsive. It's better than anything that's available at the moment. And this is completely free to use at RowPrism.com. So you can come onto here and try the interactive demo and play around with it. And then there's lots of information. All your questions can be answered, some screenshots, some explaining how the security of it works. Everything lives within the browser. Nothing ever touches our servers. So it's all browser based. If you want to, the price is $29 per user per month, or you can start your free trial and that lasts 7 days and you can play around with, connect it to your own org group, play with it around with it with the real data. So what I'll do actually is I'm going to sign into my account I have, and I'll show you how easy it is to connect to your organization. So I'm going to connect org, a custom domain. Now I've got my developer org here. I'm going to do connect with Salesforce. This takes me to my login page. I'm going to click login, and I'm back in RowPrism. Just complete the notification. It's connected. Right. So it's going to load all the objects within my Salesforce organizations, and here we are. It's loaded an account on all the objects I have available. I could create new fields. You get the idea, just like we did in the interactive demo. And then if I click run query, use the bulk 2.0 API to retrieve the results. There we go. And it's retrieved me all 133 accounts I have. I didn't have any filters, so it's retrieved me every account that I have available. So please try it out. Tell me what you think and let me know if you have any feedback on it. I would love to hear your opinion. Thank you.